everybody, welcome back to the channel. Well, I am at St. Mary's Cemetery in Oakland, California. This cemetery is massive, it's awesome, and I've done a couple of videos from here several months ago. What I want to do, coming back here today, is do something a little experimental. Now, there was times where I would find family crypt areas that maybe you could see inside from the door. But what I wanted to do is try something a little different and like I said, experimental, and you guys can be here while I'm experimenting this stuff and experience it with me. But I want to try, I have an endoscope. Now, what I can do with this endoscope is go deeper into the family crypts. A lot of it, like I said, it's stuff you can see from the door, but I would like to go deeper in and get a closer look at everything inside. So we're gonna do this little experiment, and I'm glad you're all with me, and let me know in the comment box below how you guys feel about it. Let's go. Like this one right here, it's got a window in the door, but it's kind of hard to see inside. I can see a little bit in there, but with the endoscope, I've got actually a little LED light on the front of it that can hopefully illuminate the area. So let's check it out and see what we can see. I saw something in there, but I want to maybe see if I can get a better look at it. So didn't seem to see much on that one. I'm still getting used to the camera myself, like the way it should be pointed. It's on a cord, so it's kind of hard to, it takes a little getting used to try to rotate it so it's facing the right direction. But that's what this is all about, just experimenting with this new contraption that I've got, and getting the feel for it, and hopefully being able to at some point know which way it's supposed to be facing. Because it's kind of hard. Is it facing up? Is it facing down? I think I had it pretty much facing the right direction, but it's on that cord. It's just gonna take some getting used to, I guess. In a way, there's still like a learning curve here, I guess. Which way I should be facing this, because these things are kind of made to go down drains and whatnot. This thing is waterproof too, and it's made to go down drains too. So I know I'm just trying to freestyle it through the opening of the door. But yeah, we'll see what we can do. Here's another one I'm gonna try to go. There's a vent on the bottom of each side, so we're gonna try to go through the vent on the bottom. As you can see, this one on this side. And this thing is actually at a weird angle. This is the actual door that was sealed up with what looks like cement, but it's like facing the one next to it. It's like at a weird angle. But down here is where the vent is. I just saw a lizard go in there, so we're gonna try to go in there and see what we can see, and bear with me on this experiment. And not a whole lot on that one either. It is kind of awkward to try to like maneuver it and, you know, try to bend it at an angle. And then because you don't, when you bend it at a certain angle, when you go in there, you really don't know what you're going to see, you know, what angle. And once it gets through the grate, what angle is it at when it gets inside? You know, it's kind of hard to make heads or tails of up or down or whatever. But yeah, we'll keep going with it and see what we can do. I don't think the camera on these thing, or this one particular one, is the greatest anyway. I may buy one for myself. I've seen them on Amazon for like $100 and up. I think my friend had told me this one was like 30 something dollars. So that could be a little bit of the reason why too. Maybe the camera isn't the greatest. I'm gonna try to switch because I'm doing this on my iPhone, try to switch my iPhone to 4K and see if that helps anything. It's funny, once you get inside one of these things with a scope, it's weird. It's almost like, you know, you've heard people who do like scuba diving when they go down to some deep, deep, dark waters. Sometimes you lose sense of up or down. That's kind of what I felt like when I was putting the scope in the last couple. It's like you kind of, once you get in there, you kind of lose your sense of up and down and whatnot. So that's kind of a weird experience, but we'll keep pumping and continue on with this little experimental video. You know, to be honest with you guys, I'm not even sure how much of this video is going to be usable. Now, I try not to be a negative Nelly on this one. I'm usually a pretty positive person, but from what little I can make out from my phone readout when I do put the scope inside things, it's just one, like I said before, once you get in, it's just so hard to get your bearings and you know, what are you seeing and which way should you turn the camera, because it's, even though the cord it's on or the cable is rigid and you can position it, once you get it through the opening, it's kind of like, you know, which way you going, which way you facing, what's up, what's down, you know. So like I said, I'm trying not to be negative, I'm trying to be positive on this you know, little experimental video that I'm doing, but I'm really not sure how much of this is even going to be usable. I found another one, the one directly behind me here. I don't know if you guys remember this one. I posted this a few months ago, a video from here a few months ago. I put it on all my social media and on YouTube, and there were people telling me that when I kind of put my GoPro around the boat out wood they have over the door, I don't know if somebody tried to break into this place and they put plywood over it, but I'll show you in a minute, but the wood is bowed out, and when I could put my GoPro around last time and I filmed the inside of it, a lot of you guys said that they saw a shadow figure inside this thing. So let's go see what we can see. Maybe we can get the scope in there and go a little bit further, maybe. So here it is. Some of you guys may remember this, how the wood that was covering the door looked like they were vandalized. Someone tried to get into this and they covered it with wood. Let me go over here. There's a bigger side here. I don't know how much you can see here. It's hard for me to tell. But a lot of you guys said you saw a shadow figure inside of here. that little bit of footage was a little rough at first, but it seems like it came out okay on that one. So yeah, well, we'll keep going. And I see another one up here that I want to take a look at. Looks crazy. Now this one has a boarded up door, but I did see on the side a window. This should be kind of interesting on this side over here. Right there. As far as quality goes, that one turned out the best, I would say, out of all the ones I've done so far. I think it just all depends. When I hold it more up close to the head of it and I put it in with, I extend my arm in, you can see things good. But when I kind of like let it go long and start to put it inside stuff, that's when it starts getting squirrely on me. So that's that one I was able to put my arm through the window and hold on to it really close to the tip of it to keep it straight and kind of turn it as I wanted. Because even though the cable is rigid, once you get it through and you have like a lot of slack on it, it can stay straight. But when you have to turn it, it's hard to turn it from just the cable. So I don't know if this is something I'm going to incorporate into my regular regimen just yet. But interesting to say the least so far. Also, it probably helped because that last one also had better lighting inside than the first few. That helps a lot too, I'm sure, to make out what's what. Because that thing has a little LED light on the end of it, but yeah, sometimes in certain areas it doesn't seem to work out too well. So this one caught my eye. Interesting. But what got my interest was there's like, I think the thing was broken into or busted up or something. And it goes down in there. And I wonder, I'll send the scope down there, what we're gonna find. Actually, my cell phone in this scenario seemed to work out better. Looks like people threw a bunch of garbage and whatnot in there, which is a crying shame. Here's another one I highlighted last time I made a video here. Daniel Hart. There is a little cross-shaped like opening in the door. Let's try the little scope. Maybe even the cell phone, I don't know, to see what happens. Hold on. Oh, interesting. So it seems as though that in certain scenarios, the cell phone works out a lot better when it's not like an awkward position. if you can just go straight up. But I guess to go around corners and whatnot, and anything awkwardly positioned, I guess the scope would be good, but I'm noticing that just the footage on the scope also is just not coming out as good as like the cell phone. I'm gonna give this one another shot. It seems like I saw something in there, but it's hard to tell. So let's give it a shot again. Whoa, those look like they're exposed caskets. Here's one that's fallen apart that I showed it last time also when I was here. It's fallen apart, needs a lot of work. As you can tell around the side here, it's just wood thing up here. I don't want to keep it from falling over, but there's a big old chunk missing out of the side of it. I'm not even gonna bother using the scope on this one. I think I'm just gonna try to, you know, see what's doing in there. It's like a bunch of junk or whatnot in there. I don't know. Is that a casket? Maybe. It's hard to tell. There's not even a name on this one. Well, that's gonna be it for this video. If this is the only video you saw this week, you'll know why. I spent the day trying to film a video that I don't know if it quite worked out the way I was hoping it was going to work out. That scope seemed to be, you know, because of the angles and the fact that the scope doesn't have like a cell phone to tilt feature on it, that if you're sticking the scope in an area that you think is facing the right way, and then once you get in there with the scope and you're looking at the readout on the phone, you know, what you can see in there from, because I can see what's going on in there through my phone, then you realize you're sideways. You're backwards, you're upside down, and then it's hard from, like, when you have a lot of slack in that, even though it's a rigid, bendable cable, there's a lot of slack in there and you're trying to hold it from way on the other side and move it around. It just, yeah, doesn't seem to work out too well. Maybe this thing is just basically for drains like it's supposed to be. It's basically the scope is meant for a lot of construction kind of jobs, handiwork kind of jobs where, you know, you got to go down a drain and whatnot, or into a wall to inspect something. You know, something where I guess maybe it has a guide to follow, like a pipe. You know, the pipe, it just kind of guides down the pipe and goes into the pipe. That's guiding it. But when it's like just like freehand in there, if it can get a little out of control. As you can see, some of this footage I did today was with the scope and some of it was without the scope, and I'm thinking I'm liking the footage without the scope better. For one, you kind of know what you're looking at on the cell phone. For two, it's not as grainy. The scope turned out to be a little grainy, which I should probably, if I'm going to do something like this in the future more, I should probably get maybe one with a better camera on it. You know, that might be the problem too. But as far as the directional on that thing goes, it can be real confusing once you get inside. So that's it. I tried. Maybe I can incorporate another video really quick this week. Right now, I kind of wasted the time trying to figure out the scope, and I kind of lost a lot of time. So this is the only video I could do on this particular day. But maybe during, you know, the next couple days or during the week sometime, I can figure out another video for you guys. Thank you so much for watching. Sorry if it didn't turn out the way we were hoping, but I tried. You know, I'm willing to try different stuff for you guys to keep you guys entertained and you know, and try to keep you guys happy and entertained, and you know, keep coming back for more. So am I going to upload this one? I'm telling you this right now on the video. I don't know, but you'll probably, you know, if you're seeing this video, then you know I uploaded it. So talk to you guys soon. Peace out.